Hi, Neha.
Hi, Mitch. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All well.
So good to see you. It's been a
Same here.
year, I think, right? Last we met
Yeah.
was around the same time last year.
Yes.
Yes.
Before Corona.
Yes, before the COVID. Yes, yes, yeah. That's there. Great. Thank you so much for being on Catch Up with Mitch. Hello, everyone. This is Mitch here, your social media coach and a trainer. I help individuals, entrepreneurs build their brand on social media, use it more effectively for work. And this is my fourth episode of Catch Up with Mitch, informal, casual conversation that I would like to have with budding entrepreneurs, founders, people like Neha and me who have, started something very different and unique. Uh, and want to talk about provide this platform for them to talk about their journey, their business, their ideas, and motivate others to look at something like this. So with that, welcome Neha, and Color Theory is here. So Neha, I have met you a few years back. I think it was one of those social gatherings we met at few of the restaurants and things like that. I don't remember where exactly, but that was the connection. The food was our connection,
Yes.
and we started. And when I first got to know about Color Theory, and we met at the food event, I had thought that you have something to do with food onto
Huh.
it. But when I actually went and looked into it, it was something different. But
Yes.
before we get there, I would like if you can introduce yourself to our viewers. Tell us who you are, what you've been doing.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be on Catch Up with Mitch. And I have been following your first three episodes as well. And it's been really interesting to see other women entrepreneurs doing something so different. And as far as I'm concerned, okay, so I'm Neha and I'm from Bangalore. I've been brought up here. And so I did my schooling here. I have a bachelor's in commerce, and I've always had this creative streak, which is why I did various courses. I did diploma in fashion designing,
Oh,
graphic design, and prior to starting my own small business venture, I would say, um, I used to work as a jewelry and accessories merchandiser as well.
okay.
So I think I was quite sure that I wasn't cut out to do a job in a MNC or an IT company. I mean, I didn't want to do something that's monotonous. I needed that creative push, so to say. And yeah, but deep down, at some point, I knew I wanted to do something of my own. Now,
Okay.
what that was, I had to obviously figure out because I have like varied interests. So, just thinking of starting my own home decor brand uh, was something that I did contemplate on. So, in the year 2016, I was at the crossroads. I knew I wanted to do something, but I wasn't sure what that was. So, I took a couple of months to introspect, and I was very sure that I wanted to do something I love. And just painting and making candles was always a hobby. So I never thought I could like actually monetize it. And I had people around me who would always tell me, you should actually look at this as a business perspective. Like, why don't you do that?
Mhm.
And I would, really, can I actually like sell my artwork? Because I never imagined doing something like that. And so yeah, so the fact that I am artistic or have this creative streak in me, I would say again, I have inherited from my mother because I've been brought up in an atmosphere where art was all around me, but it
Okay.
was a hobby,
Hobby.
you know, yeah, something like you want to de-stress. So I would paint, I would sketch, I would make candles, whatever, keep myself busy basically. So I think probably I just had this one thing that was holding me back was probably the fear that what if it doesn't work?
Mm. True.
Or if I start this and it doesn't work, and I just had to overcome that because I said, um, what's the worst that could happen? It won't work. But at least I would know I did try.
Yeah.
Rather than wondering, what if I had attempted and, what if it would have worked?
True.
So eventually I said, okay,
Yeah.
let's just give this a go.
Yeah.
And I started putting up my work. So it's basically Colour Theory is basically one of a kind, hand painted, handcrafted home decor products. And I also make luxury candles.
Oh,
So you will just find a burst of color in my work. And it's for people who are looking for something that's exclusive and has that personal touch to it. So, yeah.
okay. So you said that you did commerce, you studied commerce, and then
Yes.
you were working with a jewelry merchandising role first few
Yes.
years, right? And
Yes.
from there to Color Theory. I mean, how did
Yes.
this happen? Um,
So, as I said, I always had that thing at the back of my head that eventually, at some point, I want to do something of my own, like be self employed, like be your own boss, sort of a thing. And I don't know whether it's kind of having that Cindy business acumen in me that eventually I was like, nah, I have to do something of my own. Now, what that was, figuring that out did take a while because. As I said, again, when I was working as a jewelry and accessories merchandiser, that was quite creative. I liked what
yeah,
I did. It wasn't just creativity, but you also have to have a sharp memory, good communication skills, be good at numbers. So it was everything. And now that eventually, when I said, okay, I have to do something of my own. Now, again, when I'm doing this, when I am, managing Color Theory, again, there's just so much involved in it. It's not just me making these pieces of art, but everything. Like it's an end-to-end process. So I, again, just love what I do, and I'm so glad I took this decision, though it took me a while to figure it out. So yeah, so today I am, kind of doing a thorough research about all the suppliers, like, from where I need to source my materials, trying to figure out the logistics because I have to take the price factor, the time factor into consideration, making the product, and then because I'm just doing it via my social media pages, so then again trying to get it out there, and at the same time I'm trying to do something different because
yeah,
it's a conscious decision that the only way my work can stand out is if I take that risk, if I try to do something offbeat and unconventional, so uh, now I don't have that fear. Now I'm like, I have to try and take the most weird or offbeat objects and work on that. Because, I have to be different in my thinking. I have to think out of the box. So that's how I think the whole journey has been.
hmm,
So it has changed me in terms that I have been, like now I think I can take risks easily, and rather than wondering and holding myself back. So that is a positive change, I would say.
yeah. So I think as entrepreneurs, and especially with the women entrepreneurs, it's always, what is that I want to do? What is that calling that I have? And
Yes,
are we up for the risk that we want to take?
yes,
So if I look at my story, when I quit my full-time job and when I was working on the idea of being a social media coach, I remember a lot of people laughing at me, are you serious? People are going to pay you to help you, help them use social media or LinkedIn and things like that. But I was like, no, I think there is a need. And now that need is like, now everybody's a personal branding coach and, doing that. So before we move on to next, I see a lot of people, and I have someone who's I am toxic. I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but they are really excited to look at, and they're saying that, yes, ma'am, you really make so beautiful candles. So someone who already follows you.
thank you.
I have Travel Saga, Samira, uh, Shraddha Shamrat, hello, hello, hello. So stick on to a conversation, some more things revealing about color theory. How did the name color theory come?
Okay, so actually the fact is when I started off 4 years back in 2016, it was not called color theory. For almost a year, it was actually called the glass theory, wherein I was just specifically concentrating on hand painted glass products and candles. So I have a line of luxury candles, and again, so that was basically in your this fancy, exquisite glass containers and glass jars. So that's the reason why it was called the glass theory. And I have always been drawn to colorful things, but I realized I didn't want to limit myself just to glass. Why not? Like, because see, it's artwork at the day's end. Why not experiment on any and every surface? So the name didn't do justice, and so I think almost a year after that, within a year, I changed the name to Color Theory, and there's a funny story. So I said, you know what, I should do numerology and stuff. So I went online and made it color with the K and all of that. And I said, let's see, I hope it works, because I've always been fascinated or drawn to multicolored, colorful things. I said, this is perfect because my art reflects that. It is colorful, it is vibrant. So why not call it color theory? And it's just got this wide range of products and not just limited to one thing. So yeah, so that's how the name came about. A little later, I would say. Yeah.
So that's I Am Toxic is Yashu. She's the one who said that you make lovely candles. I have followed your page and I have seen a lot of your products which you post, online, available as pictures. I remember one of the picture which it's always there in my head is the what do you say, the heritage phone headset, or what is it called?
It's that phone we used to use in the 90s before the
yes.
cotton came.
Yeah, so you kind of recycled it, and so how did that happen? Tell us something about that.
Okay, so there's a very interesting story behind that. So when I said, I don't want to limit myself to just one thing. I want to paint on anything and everything that I find interesting or that I can work on. So I think around 3 years back, there's this song of Dua Lipa called New Rules. So if you've seen the song is shot in a hotel. And you see this hotel room, and every now and then you see a blue vintage rotary phone in that video. So I saw that video and I was like, you know what? I have to get one of those phones. The phones that we used to use back in the 90s before this cordless phone. Now I somehow have to get my hands on to one phone, at least. Okay. And I think it was, right after watching that video, it just struck me, I can do something interesting with a vintage phone. Okay. And now the whole process was to get a phone, because it wasn't easy to source an antique rotary phone. I remember all of us just giving away our phone back when the cordless came. None of us wanted to hold on to a rotary phone, but now it's like an antique. Yeah. So it took me a couple of weeks to get one. And I said, okay, let me do something with this. I want to upcycle it. I want to give it a makeover. And again, it was a risk because I didn't know how people are going to, react to it. But it worked. I got a pleasant and a good response to it. And I started doing more phones. And also then another thing I realized is a lot of people hold on to things, they have probably a sentimental value to it or something, wherein they hold on to things, but it has this kind of mundane look to it. It's but they want to give it a makeover. They want to give it a new life. So then I said, why not even do that? So if there are people, so I have clients who actually, hold on to probably phones or vintage trunks, and they say, can you do this for us? Like, if they see my work and they see a couple of designs and they're like, can you do that particular design on this? And I'm also open to that. So that's how, again, I get orders and work on things that even like, where people are holding on to and they don't want to let go, but again, they want a different look to it. So that's where again, color theory comes in, and we just add a burst of color and give it a new life. So
Great. So viewers, if you have a product which you want to give it a new life and some color, please reach out to Neha of Kolour Theory, and she will add colors to it, the life to it. I have seen the products. So typically, how does your service work, Neha? When I understand that you said that, for the clients that they have the products and you help them recycle, color them and things like that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you said you have luxury candles. But any other specific product line, or you look at a product and you think that this needs my art, mera haath is pe aana chahiye kinds.
So that's the thing. So when I kind of introduce new products, so probably like how I would work on these keepsake boxes, like or letter boxes. So initially I source them. I do it up, I put it up, and then they are for sale, and people can also order according to their own specification, because everyone has their own preferences. So, if there's a certain color combination that they want, or there is a design on some other product of mine which they want on another, product, so that also can be done. So all the products that go up on the page are for sale, and also people can order according to the quantity they want or the color specification or anything of that sort. That can be done. So there are recently I've done these wooden cow faces, which are like wall hangings. So again, that is up for sale. And then again, if you want a particular quantity or a color combination, everything can be done. They just have to reach out to me, and it's all possible. And again, with the candles also, candles is one thing I can do quantities. As far as hand painted products are concerned, a lot of time and effort goes into them. So I cannot produce a large quantity in a small, like a short span of time.
True.
But candles, I can do quantities. So then again, if they have any specific idea, it can always work. We can always tweak it according to their preferences. So yeah.
Okay, great. So how do people reach out to you?
Via my social media pages, and also I'm very active in these Facebook groups. So this specifically related to art and craft and entrepreneurs doing handmade products.
Yeah.
So they directly reach out to me via my social media platforms.
Okay. Great. So, so how's the journey been? It's been 4 years. In fact, you are my first speaker who has a journey of about 4 years. My previous speakers were, about few months to a year on that. So what would be your comments on people who are looking to get onto journey?
I think firstly, as I said, most of the people, the only thing that holds them back probably is the fear of what if this doesn't work. That's the main thing, I think. And if you just overcome that, because with everything, if you just say, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen? It will not be successful. But that's not the end of it, right? At least you know that you've attempted, given it your best shot. And that's how I go on, because if it's a 4 years journey, so there's so many products. And, I always feel like I'm taking baby steps with my brand. But I keep telling myself, as long as it's moving, it's fine, and I just need to keep adding and thinking and innovating and doing different things. And at the same time, whenever I do something new, which I haven't done before, I tell myself, okay, what's the worst that can happen? This product will not work, but it's fine. It's only when I make that attempt will I know whether it's working, it's not working, whether people are liking it, not liking it. So now that's what I feel that, like every journey has its ups and downs. Not every day doesn't work in my favor. So there are moments that, okay, I'm swamped with orders. There's like a lot of work. And then that moments when, there's this time frame where there's not so much work. But then how do you use that time? So that time is like, I'm contemplating, okay, what next? So I am thinking, my mind is constantly working, to do new things, to add new things. So it's about using your time productively. So yeah, so 4 years it's been, as I said, I started the journey saying that I'm going to give it my best shot and let's see how it goes. And I'm glad I took that decision. And I'm quite practical as a person, wherein I know that every day is not going to be great, and every day is not going to be like super, but you have to make use of even that spare time that you get, um, rather than just wasting it idly. So I'd be reading, on the internet, or I'm just watching various videos or seeing different techniques and, what other people are doing. So that does help because, you get ideas, so
Yeah.
it does help for an artist, I feel that, especially for me because I'm a self-taught artist. So it does help in the sense to know there's so much more that can be done, and also sometimes I feel like giving up is not a choice. So it's best to stick to it and be dedicated and just focus on your work. So yeah.
Great. That's so great to hear. A journey that you started about 4 years back out of sheer passion and the creativity that in you that you wanted to create. I personally have seen the products. I follow your pages, lovely products that you have, the colors that you use, the designs that you use. I have seen that. And I think every piece, I think we look at it and it's like, it should be mine, that's the feeling I think we have, and I am sure all the viewers will have the same. Thank you so much, Neha, for being a part of it. And I know for the fact that it's the 4-year celebrations that you're doing on Colour Theory. So people do log on to follow Colour Theory. There is a giveaway contest going on till 18th of October, and one can get a lucky and win that hamper. All the products are all done by you again?
Yes, all the products are done by me except for the festive tea light holder. That's it. Everything else is made by me. So yeah.
Okay. So guys, do follow Colour Theory on Facebook and Instagram. Look out for the giveaway post which has been created. Very simple steps, and the hamper could be yours.
Thank you so much, Mitch. It was lovely to be on your show.
Thank you.
Wish you the very best.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and the festive season coming up, so all more the reasons to reach out to Colour Theory to get your home decor, personalize, customize, however you want to, get that done from Neha. Hampers, lot more coming in from Colour Theory. Thank you so much. Signing up, Mitch Durrani, your social media coach, and I shall be back next Saturday with another entrepreneur to talk about it. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.